Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Excellency Light League. We're bringing you the second game of the second set here. Degenerate Esports versus Shoutblade Slash. You're just joining us. Degenerate Esports absolutely slid through their first game here, 23-3, I believe, or 21-3. Either way, it doesn't matter. Two different kills. Who cares? That is insane. That is just a driving force of a team. And now, coming in the second game, we're looking to see whether they finish it out just as clean, or if maybe we get to see a little bit of the cracks in the chains that make up Degenerate Esports from Shoutblade Slash.
Yeah, it was 21-3. The kill difference was insane. The gold difference was even more insane. Winning that game at 25.5 minutes, a huge landslide. Let's see if Degenerate Esports carries that momentum in. Shadowblade Slash can learn from this and come back. They do secure Seraphine this game. So I know I'm always saying Seraphine wins. Guess what? Seraphine won last game, baby. Let's see if she can win this game. Works.
Stop talking, all right? We've proven it multiple times into that last game. The more we speak about success, the less it is enabled to happen at any given point.
Oh no! I've just cursed them. I have to say, Seraphine is a horrible pick now for it to work. So I can't believe they picked Seraphine. It doesn't work. We've never seen it work. They will secure Sivir again, this time with Udyr over the Skarner. And that is still just as terrifying. Instead of pulling him into the team, you just get collapsed on. So a little bit less pick, a little bit more engaged. Udyr, I don't think I need to say it. Super strong, best jungler
saw
in
it
the
earlier
game,
tonight.
terrifying.
If you're still watching.
Yeah, when Zephyr closes his eyes, he just sees Udyr's face and Phoenix stance just standing over him. He has to sleep with the lights on at night. So Udyr is terrifying, and they will grab Shen. Flexible top this time because we haven't shown top. Again. Probably support because man, oh man, did they have success with that last game.
And he was able to play not just around the bot lane. He was essentially pseudo top, pseudo jungle at a certain point. He kept making the rotation. They put Fug bot, and when Bixis was alone, it did not matter. He had the safety of being that Sivir, having that spell shield, knowing that the pressure wasn't going to be available. And I'll tell you right now, man, Xayah does not have the pressure to contest a single alone Sivir. Curious to see what the support will be, maybe to change the tide on that one, but Burn in Hell has full rotation allowance.
Yeah, especially with the Sivir that Bixis plays with the lethal tempo going Kraken. They've ditched, dropped the lethality. Almost everybody has. It's just not as good anymore. Xayah does go lethal tempo, but if not more than half of Xayah's damage comes when she blade collars all her feathers back to you, Sivir can just spell shield it. You really have no point of contest in that 1v1. Sivir probably going to be left alone in bottom lane again, with the Burn in Hell rotating around the map on Shen, being that River Shen, mid, top, bot, everywhere, all at the same time. And even the point in time where Bixis was alone, he wasn't alone because Sion just teleported in and got them a double kill.
Right. Now looking forward to your Shoutblade Slash making a bit of a change up this time around. Little Bobby looking like he's going to be playing out with the Gnar. And we talked a lot about how this is a sub playing weak side on the Cho. Performed really, really well into what is Fugnugler, a guy who is usually super duper dominant. And now they're giving him the reins. They're saying, take off the saddle, buddy. Go for a run. Into a Jace. That's going to be rough.
I think both teams made the same point. They're like, all right, Lil Bobby, you played weak side, you played Lil Baby Cho'Gath, you never got too big, never spread your, void wings and devoured too many people. We'll give you Gnar this time. You can get your rage, become Mega Gnar, slap people into walls, do some damage against the probably tank Fugnugler. And then Degenerate Esports said, actually, we'll just put him on a hyper carry because we know how Fugnugler can be. We'll put him on Jace. Let's get him 10-0 and just have him run this game down. It's just, oh no. We'll see how it goes. Gnar can win lane against Jace, but oh man, when you try and go in with Mega Gnar off a bounce and he just slaps you out of a fight, there is very few things more disrespectful and more disappointing than that.
Now I'm curious, what's your take on the Seraphine into the Echo picks here for Shoutblade Slash in terms of rotation and where they might end up here? Because I'm getting a little bit of an inkling of a feeling that Seraphine going to be in the supportive position this time around.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's 100% a Gnar support this game.
You're right.
Caster's curse. Yeah, no, Seraphine's support is really solid. It applies, I want to say, honestly, more pressure against Sivir than Thresh did. You'd say, like, what are you talking about? It's so easy to proc her spell shield with any of your abilities and just land the rest of it. If you're trying to stun her with your E on Seraphine, and she spell shields it, the first hit breaks the spell shield. The second will still slow her. Then she's slowed, has no spell shield. You just hit her with the encore. So you have multiple ways. You can even start throwing the E and throw Q first. If you're fast enough on it, the Q will go off and you'll get that high note to proc the spell shield. So then snare stun comes through. So it makes the cross up a lot easier. It's not just every time Thresh throws hook, Sivir presses spell shield, and they never land anything, right? Better wave clear too with the Zion Seraphine. So if Shen runs around the map the whole game, they can't just shove Sivir in, poke her down under that turret, and have a little bit more threat pressure. But the team comp's looking just as strong from Degen.
Right, and hopefully Bubby Sivir will be shivering this time around with the Nunu being on the map here. I'm happy to see him. I think he can be just as good as a power piece. I know Udyr is kind of a menace right now across the field, but Nunu still has higher echelon plays that can make something work here. I will say Mechanic Maniac last time around didn't quite have that pressure or aggression, and might be because he was on Ivern, but I think Nunu gives himself a lot bit more leeway, so I'm curious to see where those ganks come through, and maybe if he has a bit more oomph to the jungle's position this time around.
Yeah, Nunu can contest Udyr's ganks really well. He has the longest snowball ever in history, right? He can just go from one camp into a gank, back into a camp, into a gank, back into a jungle camp.
I was really confused for a second because, like, you said longest snowball, and I was like, well, snowballs usually are round, and I'm thinking, hot dog style at this point. I'm getting a little confused, and the ice would just have to be so hard packed, and when you roll it, it's like,
oh God, could you imagine? Yeah, he rolls a log at you instead of a snowball. That wouldn't even be fair. He just covers the whole lane with it. It's like, I can't dodge that. You have to jump over it with like Xayah ult. But yeah, no, he rolls it down. He can gank a lot easier. The ganks are early game probably a little bit better than Udyr's, although Nunu can't kill Udyr or contest Udyr at any point in his own jungle. Saying what?
Saying that his ganks might be a little bit better. I fear another caster curse coming along, especially since it is an Udyr.
Oh no, I just can't say anything anymore. I can't say anything anymore. I'm trying to be hopeful.
Finnick, you want to color
me down? Oh no, just tag me out, Finnick. Just tag me out, man. I need the help. I do honestly think that Mechanical Maniac will have a lot better of a time on the Nunu Willump combo here over the Ivern. It's really abstract, and they didn't really run it well. They didn't do anything with the bushes, any kind of plays, no random bushwhacks, no hiding Orianna balls. Nunu's just kind of a easier, better version of Ivern in a lower mastery of the champion degree. Lil Bobby on Gnar top, really excited to see. We haven't seen him on a carry, so we don't know how that's going to play out. Getting off Cho'Gath, going on to Gnar, maybe performs a lot better. If you do combo the huge AoE from Gnar, Nunu, and Xayah Seraphine, you have as explosive as a comp last game, but instead of knockups and jolly jumpers, it's chain CCs and stuns that lock you.
Right, and I will say Vorin as well to kind of move down there for Shadowblade Slash. Didn't quite get to pop off as well as we would have liked to see, respectfully, on what he played through with the Kai'Sa there. Having Homicidiac now playing through on the Seraphine, something that can be aggressive, can pull through, and while it might not get those stuns because of those spell shields, it's definitely something that does enable, especially once Encore is available on the map. So maybe Vorin comes out on top here. One thing we have yet to really discuss or even note at all, Colbox is on Orianna, all right?
I was just about to say that. Yes, he is.
Right. Go ahead, Cole, please take it.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that. Welcome. Thank you. Colbox, the first game that we saw being new to the team was on Orianna, and we were talking about, how is a new player on a team going to coordinate on one of the most macro and mechanical team intensive mid laners in the game. Seraphine being pretty close, but still quite a bit easier than Orianna. If you mess up your shockwave on Orianna, you sombrero it, you put it on somebody, they go too far away from you, and you whiff it, whatever it be, that messes that up. She is probably one of the worst mid laners in the game. If you don't know how to zone, you get caught out. She's really immobile. You have to be, so much to worry about when playing in a league. And Colbox failed never on any of those points.
Failed
Succeeded
never
everywhere.
Okay,
I thought I'd throw you for a little bit of a loop there. I started with fails, so the caster curse doesn't hit him, right? You got to think about that one.
Sure,
But yeah,
I didn't know
Colbox time
wordplay. I know it was part of it.
always never ceases to amaze me on these ultimates from Colbox. So super excited for that. Big point too, we've seen the Orianna Udyr combo, the Orianna Olaf combo.
Yes,
where you just put the ball on the bear man and he runs it in for a 4-person shockwave. So
runs it in like the bear he is.
Yeah.
You hear that? Did you like that? A little bit of the I think I might be a grizzly tonight.
Oh my goodness, your jokes are grizzly. Just kidding. I love you, Zephyr. Calm down.
You hurt me so, my sweet child. Just like Shadowblade Slash is about to hurt Degenerate's Esports. Get ready for it, folks. First win of the year for these guys, of the split. My apologies. I guess year. I hope they have one this year at some point. That's the point you can take and play with, Coach.
Okay, well, yeah, this will be the first game that they win if they do end up winning it. Their team comp's looking pretty good. I like their team comp.
They're gonna win.
A lot easier. But you just said the caster curse. I can't say they're gonna win for sure.
I gotta stop this. All right,
so we'll have to avoid the caster curse. Say, I really hope Shadowblade Slash can show us the best of what they got, strut their stuff, meet all of our expectations and predictions, and come out with a solid 1-1 win today. We will be back after a short delay. We will catch you guys on the Rift after a short break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Excellency Light League. If you're just joining us, we are in the second set, final game of the night, Shadowblade Slash versus Degenerate's Esports. If you caught the last game, Degenerate Esports came through heavy and hard, 23-3. No one letting up, pedal to the metal all game long against Shadowblade Slash. And while they did perform a little well towards the top and mid lane, they still could not eke out really anything. I'm play-by-play caster Zephyr, and I'm joined for one last time with the lovely color Kojo Bubby.
Yeah, it is going to be the last game of the night, but it feels like it has been a long night. Some very nice games from set one. Game two has been, I mean, it's a little bit one-sided, but they're still pretty fun to watch. You get to just see why Degenerate Esports is the #1 team. You know, Shadowblade Slash performed decently, going in as the lowest ranked versus highest ranked. You don't always expect them to just come out as this 2-0 reverse sweep underdog. You have to stay within the limits of expectations, but you know they're still playing well as they're trying to get a pick on Dapper, forcing the flash away at level 1. That's going to be huge for Colebox.
Right, and that's not something you want to see if we're talking about Shadowblade Slash. These guys already have so much built up against them as is right now. Having the additional stress to put on that, knowing that Dapper now can't play, and Cole's doing great already. Look at his wave control. He's pushing out, stepping forward. He's got 1 or 2 balls away. Yep, gonna keep doing that until Cole is forced to back. At that point, he just crashes wave.
Yeah, and that's gonna be Dapper without a teleport this game. On the Echo, he's running Ignite, trying to get the aggression, and he's forced to flash away first. So it puts a lot of pressure on him. Definitely is going to feel that one. That is a Conqueror Jace top lane. But Nunu goes in for the snowball on Orianna in mid lane. We don't see it on camera, but does miss by just a little bit. She turns around the wall, and the snowball's too thick to fit through that corridor, so doesn't get much there.
Lil Bobby pressured out. This is what we were talking about with that Jace being something he's going to have to get over there. Just when he was about to shine being a carry, it's going to look worse for wear.
Yeah, he has the grasp, so short trades when he has it up are going to be really advantageous for him. Against Conqueror Jace, long trades will be really bad for him. Bugnuggler just using the strengths of Jace, of his aggressive top play style to really shove this in. Shoving in a Gnar this much does get him a cheater recall if he decides to go for it. Could get an early longsword and pot if he decides, or just stay and harass Gnar to get a big CS lead under this turret.
Well, at this point here, looking forward, Vorin, curious to see how he's going to play now after this one. Wave is crashing into their play here, and we could see a good gank from Mechanic Maniac off of it. Now, Snowball's rolling through. But Bixis, like you said earlier, that is that spell shield into the slow we discussed. Unable to play around that. Did get the flash, though.
Yeah, getting a flash is at least decent. Gnar doesn't top.
Hey, little Bobby, going in hard on the Bugnuggler here, and it might pay off, it might not. He's forced to flash. He had that damage, but not enough to contest a Jace.
Yeah, when you go in, you've used all your abilities there on cooldown, and you're sitting there with Grasp against a fully stacked Conqueror Jace. You got Doran's Shield versus this Doran's Blade. You're in his minion wave. It looks good at first, but it turns so quickly. He needs to do shorter trades against Jace. Jace has 6 abilities to Gnar's current 3. Jace doesn't need level 6 to have an extra ability like Gnar would.
Right. Which that might be a big point to look at as we go forward here. Of course, Gnar gets all, everyone gets all, right? But it's actually something that's a bit more dire this lane. Like, imagine that with a Gnar ulti instead, into the wall, into the stun. That could have been something more to play around. But now, Sovereign up on the top side, big flash there, uses the jump, though, to get away here. But the chase is ensuing there. He's able to get the first blood, though, off of a wonderful toss from the boomerang and that turret dive. Now, Mechanic Maniac has arrived on the top side. Sovereign still looking to punish this one out. Gonna get stunned, though, from the barrage there. Beautiful job from the side of Shadowblade Slash to punish this one out. But Colebox in the mid lane picks up Dapper Gav.
Yeah, that was quite a turn of events for Lil Bobby.
Keep talking bad about Lil Bobby. Lil Bobby, awful performance there. Could have done so much better.
he could have had a penta kill is all I'm saying.
Penta is available on the map, all right? And now Vorn here going to be suffering just as well. Exhaust for exhaust there. Good route, though. That's the heal from Bixis to save the day. Just barely. Those kills almost eat the way of Shadowblade Slash. Now Lil Bobby here punished out, pushed away. My gosh, the damage from Jace is absurd, but look at the return. Mechanic Maniac ready to go here again. No snowball, though, for today, but the barrage is landing through. The speed is available. The route comes down. Lil Bobby with another kill on the top side.
Yeah, I think the secret is just keep saying that his good plays aren't good, and he's just going to keep getting kills because you just said it, and he gets the kill. Yeah, talk about how Mechanic Maniac missed the snowball, and then maybe he'll land the rest for the rest of the game or something, man. It's the caster's curse.
Come on. Lil Bobby.
Living
Penta's still on the map, bud.
a small point, small point. It's not much. Sovereign gets the Drake. It's a mountain. We love it. It's not going to help Fug too much or Cold too much, but going into the later match, that'll still become really nice. Is Jace's double Nars CS. So yes, Nars got 3 kills. Yes, Jace has 2 deaths. He's only a third of Jace's gold ahead right now instead of half. You know, instead of 50%, it's 33% because Gnar is never really CSing. He's getting zoned out of CS. He's picking fights after gank, and then he's being forced to back, or the turret's taking all the minions while he's fighting. So if this keeps happening at this rate, Jace will get a little bit of a level advantage. He will eventually plateau out the gold advantage. But Gnar has 6 now, so he does have his ultimate, which is ironically called Gnar.
Oh, snowball hits from Mechanic Maniac into Sovereign there. He's able to get the root off. Dapper Gab not quite finding the distance when he needs be. Flashes forward, but great shockwave from Colbox to dissuade the rest of that gank there. Mind you, Dapper Gab, as low as he is, does still have that chrono break, so he's fine. Either way, knockout.
Yeah, he wanted to go for that dive. I think he would have been able to get it on Sovereign, but the shockwave pulls him away from it, decides I can't finish that one off, and for all of that effort, pretty much just ends up doing nothing for either player. Both mids are just kind of staying in lane. Colbox will get a CS advantage, shoving Echo under turret, but it's a lot better than, you know, Dapper dying at level 5 to the Udyr gank.
I mean, I will say though, snowball hit from Mechanic Maniac, but it could have hit better, right? It could have hit, you know, slightly. It was slightly left. Right, I want to see some more center play with those snowballs. Right, could be better. That's all I'm saying. It's not the best. We're looking for additional advantages to grow here from the side of Shadowblade Slash. They are groveling currently. Groveling, I say.
Yeah, I want Mechanic Maniac to land 2 snowballs at the same time.
Right, I will say Penta's still on the map for Mechanic Maniac.
Nobody gets a penta. I'm not happy with it.
No,
so.
Impressed me. A lot better. Shadowblade.
A lot better of an early game, to say the least. So a big kudos to them. Gnar is 3-0. Let's see what Lil Bobby can do with that one. He does not have as much CS, so the gold advantage is only slight. 350 gold CS advantage on this 3-0 Gnar versus the 0-2 Jace. So this still gives Fugnuggler a lot of wiggle room. Lil Bobby can use this advantage and get more kills, or could use this slight advantage over anticipating how big it is and die throwing that lead. Bottom lane going pretty much exactly the same way as last game. Shen's about to hit 6, so he'll probably start roaming soon, and Colbox performing very well this entire game, saving the Udyr's life from that last gank and just dominating this mid lane.
Right. I will say, speaking of Sovereign on the Udyr here, doing a great job, is able to pick up the Rift and take that under his belt. Curious to see where he's going to throw it. Last time we saw the pressure enabled towards bot side by using the Rift as a level of distraction I enjoyed. So, you know, he's got the potential. I say one good gank, maybe throws it into turret and onto the mid lane, given how low it is already, or maybe throws it towards one of these side lanes after getting, like I said, a great gank.
Yeah, I would expect they want to just open up mid lane and finish that one off. It's the only turret that's low enough that they can get full platings and first turret from. Maybe Udyr just takes a minute to farm up. Jace is sitting on 1,500 gold right now, so maybe just shoves this wave in and gets a gank, and they just try and take first turret away from Lil Bobby just to end that laning phase, start roaming a little bit sooner. They have a lot of options with it, and they've definitely used Rift Herald in their matches so far very, very meaningfully. Never a wasted Rift coming out from Degens.
Personally, I like to think of Rift as a special breed of Pokemon. That's usually my excuse when I put it in random locations. I scream, "Go, Rift, go."
You throw it out of a Pokeball. That's what the Eye of Rift is. It's a Master Ball.
I take my mouse and I just...
I don't think that necessarily gets the same effect, but Sovereign might be getting that kill we were talking about.
Yep, into the mid lane. Great balls control from Colbox there into an easy kill for Udyr. Now, let's see. Yep, Rift's coming down. Straight into the mid lane it goes.
That will be that mid lane opening up, using that Pokemon Rift Herald to get those full turret platings. They should be able to secure this one before Mechanic Maniac is able to do anything. And they will.
Rift. Oh, good shockwave though to Mechanic Maniac. He did not respect Colbox there. Now he's punished out by the ball on top of Sovereign. Beautiful play off of that one. I almost didn't even see it coming. Almost. I have all perfect vision.
If we saw it coming, it wouldn't have happened. So we had to just pretend we didn't.
We have to pretend every once in a while that we don't, so we don't cast or curse.
Yeah, that does open up for second Drake. Degens will secure that one. Macro is putting them quite a bit ahead. This early game lead Lil Bobby has is losing, but he might pick up a solo kill.
He doesn't quite have the Gnar Mega Form available, especially since you do have Stand United using it there. He does throw Hell into the wall, but doesn't quite get the stun he needs. And as a result, Fugnuggler picks up another kill up towards that top side, finally getting returned for his investment.
Yeah, I think the best play there would have just been for Nard to go in, try and just ult Jace, get the kill on him, and accept the death going over from Shen. Shen had exhaust though, so that put Lil Bobby in a really bad position with nowhere really left to go. Just tries to get out.
Dapper Gab.
Try and even this.
Mechanic Maniac coming in on the top side here. He's able to push out the root, but Dapper Gab is just as strong. Finally, kill return there, keeping it even 4-4.
Yeah, the nice thing about Jace getting this kill is that it resets his gold value. So that gank was worth full 300.
Ooh.
And going over to Echo is really solid too.
What is this? On the hunt. I know you could potentially capitalize with Burn in Hell, but Colbox is not in the right spot. Still, the taunt does come through. Homicidic gonna flash the on-card, gonna get that double charm as the Featherstorm comes back. A triple root. Shame the damage and mana isn't there for Vorin to finish it out anyway, but it's a great disengage. Colbox, though, he wants blood, steps up. That ball is huge. Damage into the shockwave, picks up Vorin, turns his attention to Homicidiac. Burning Hell is there for the taunt as Colbox is on fire.
I think this is that respect you were talking about in last game, where we know Shadowblade Slash, no matter how good they do, should never get greedy. They should never get cocky, and they should always play smart and safe. That last play was the exact opposite of it. Homicidiac flashing after she got hit, staying under turret after it's a 2v3. Orianna still has ultimate, and we're talking about Colbox's Orianna never missing that shockwave, right? Shen, full health. You know, it's not really the smartest play. They've made the same mistake twice now with the Nunu dying mid, trying to defend a turret that was going to fall no matter what.
Speaking of Nunu here, coming through onto Colbox. Snowball checking out here. There's the flash pulled out. He's able to get that knock up, but can't dive in turret anytime soon.
He had ult. We saw Orianna just flash. I think that dive was possible, but they don't know if Shen has Stand United, so they can't risk that. And that is one of the strengths of running that Shen support. That's why you pick it. It's a little bit odd. Most people don't know how to play against it, so it gives you that surprise factor. But it also is just, hey, by the way, Colbox can die under turret to this Nunu while I'm topside killing Lil Bobby.
Yeah, exactly. Dapper Gab's coming in here to try to prevent it, but Fugnuggler with the flash gets the return so quickly. Dapper Gab, I'm pretty sure is fine, but I shouldn't really be saying that knowing me. Either way, he's able to clear out wave, maybe keep the pressure off for a little bit.
Yeah, I wish Dapper Gab was playing Dapper Jace this game. I think would have been really fitting.
How about Dapper Cho'Gath? Mid. Cho'Gath mid. That's how my friend got out of bronze in season 5.
I mean, his AP scalings are pretty intense, and he's not a bad mid laner. You can build him AP or tank in mid lane, so it does work. And he is quite dapper.
Shadowblade slash, take notes. Actually, Dapper Gab technically is a top laner, so he has more of a chance to see himself onto Cho'Gath on that top side. But
that's true.
Dapper Gab going to be caught through there, going to have to use that Chrono Break out. Mechanic Maniac now in a poor position himself, trying to defend Dapper, going to be trying to use that Snowball, but Colebox running on his edge, takes him out with the ball, and now Sovereign deep under turret there, gets that stun, but he's not able to follow up.
Yeah, that's going to not look very good for them. Colebox takes the red buff. I feel like it would have been better on Fug, but hey, Colebox is playing out of his mind. You gotta
scope the Coles. Come on. Red buff, fire.
That's true. Red buff, fire on the Colebox. That's how else is he going to start the fire? If he doesn't take red buff, then he's got nothing hot to do it. Although he's looking pretty hot with a 4-0-2 right now, winning lane by 30 CS advantage, being everywhere he needs to be when he needs to be.
Exactly, and I like this in the schmoves and he's put onto. Notice those are 3 different. The balls have been absolutely perfect through, not even just the shot. This guy's potential damage, literally otherworldly. I mean, every single thing surprised Bubby.
Yeah, I caught about half what you said, but it sounds like you were saying Colebox is performing really well. So I would say I agree with you.
There's more words there. They were cool words.
Yeah, I mean, half the time you're saying things and, you know, they're words and I hear them. And then, listening, huh? Wait, who am I casting with?
No, Finnick.
Am I still casting with Finnick?
Oh my lord. In a way, Dapper Gav here punishing heavily. Chrono Break chunking out this guy. He's going to have to be forced to back off there pretty aggressively. Born here now turning attention to Bixis under the bush there. A little bit of a surprise using that on the hunt and spell shield as the rift is beginning to crash towards bot side. My gosh. Ooh, Shockwave misses there. Little Bobby too far forward though. Big taunt coming through as the channel absolute 0 to kill. Dapper back up from J. Enough. The hell, time with the kill. To at the feather spawns in Sidiac up to deal these two. They get to just pull off the now what looks like to be the last second turn.
I couldn't have said it any better myself, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from Zephyr.
I hope beautiful for me.
You heard about 20% of it from Zephyr. Some beautiful plays. The plays are so good. They're cutting his internet out. What can you say, man? Time Warner's watching this game right now from their HQ, and they're giving everybody a little bit weaker signal in the meantime. What a play. So much dominance from Degen. This is exactly what we expect to see. And I want to make a little bit of a side note about just Light League in general. So when you talk about these teams, you know, Shadowblade being the lowest rank, Degen being the highest rank, what separates these teams? Shadowblade won this early game. Degen failed their dive top lane and through, right? So I think what ends up happening is the early game of each team is so different from the mid to late game macro.
Yeah, I'd say it doesn't represent the full picture of the team, if that's what it makes. If that's what you're trying to allude at. Oh, little Bobby, bye-bye. Oh, he's able to get out with Gnar, but Sovereign's coming in. The bear versus the beast. Doesn't matter. Taken down.
I thought we were going to say beauty versus the beast. I'm going to say which of them is beautiful. You got a robot, you got a bear man, half phoenix, and you got a ninja from the spirit world. So.
Are you going to tell me Orianna's not beautiful? The entire story about Orianna is pure beauty from top to bottom. A man was sad about his daughter or something, and then he was like, I need a puppet to make me feel happy. Wait, it is his daughter. I don't know. Lore's not my strong suit. Finnick?
That was very convoluted, but it does make sense. I guess for a robot, she's a beautiful robot. I I can't personally say that I find robots very beautiful, especially when they are trying to attempt to take my life and blow my Nexus up.
Well, let me tell you nowadays, Bubby, they make some pretty special robots out there. Either way, like you said, the Nexus, definitely a problem with some robots.
Oh boy, somebody's been playing some Cyberpunk out there a little bit too much. Yeah, the point I'm getting at is it's the mid and late game macro, not necessarily just the mechanical difference of these teams that really sets them apart. And when push comes to shove, Degen just doesn't really seem to fail at any point when they're playing as a 5-stack.
Right. Ooh, good slow from Dapper Gav there, but he's still aggressed upon two. Encore missing pretty aggressively, but that's a good gnar out for the double stun. Mechanic Mania and Vorn not in a good position though. Vorn going to be forced to use that Featherstorm flashback, but Sovereign is still on top of him for the kill. Gosh.
That was looking really promising for a hot second. The Seraphine Encore didn't land on a single person.
Absolute
but
zero. They can't find anything though, and now Colbox is just cleaning up.
It just seems like Degenerates is just a wall of iron, and Shadowblade Slash just can't seem to cut through it in these team fights. Maybe the wall is extra lit from that red buff burning Colbox's coals, and the shadow is being burned out by the light. I don't know.
Don't add heat to the equation with iron. That's literally the opposite. You want that iron's cold, all right? That's cold. See this blue buff? That equals cold. See Colbox right there, cold. He was listening.
Okay, it's two different analogies, man. Come on.
You know
what's your analogy? Hit me with an analogy right now. Like, give me your best one.
All right, Degenerates Esports is like a tuna sandwich. Okay. Strong, stable. You know tuna? They swim hard. Tuna are some of the most stable. Are we talking about the sandwich
or the tuna? We're talking about the sandwich or the tuna?
Yo, the sandwich is only as good as the tuna it is bred from, all right? Bread. Anyway, Sovereign gets a good steal, but he might be punished out here. Sadly, he doesn't have a tuna stance, but he's still just as fast as the fishes out in the rivers. Either way, Snowball, absolute whiff there. Doesn't find its way into Burn Hell, but little Bobby's still so far forward there. Beauty Beast, who cares? The beast is dead.
Yeah, all of that for a tuna sandwich, but it looks like they're not done yet.
Yeah, they're still hungry out here. Sovereign, like I said, he's caking up for the fact that he ain't a fish. Gets that kill for himself. He's going to keep it running. Mechanic Maniac going to throw down the absolute zero, but it doesn't do anything as Cole picks up that kill. We do see that flash from Dapper Gav, leaving Vorn to the fishes. Well, maybe not fishes, but the bears. Either way, Dapper Gav, he thought he could get away, but the taunt comes through from Burn in Hell. He's going to get that start, but the Chrono Break's going to be the distraction right back into Degenerate Esports. It is a full team ace, and most likely the series here.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Lil Bobby with Seraphine can do, but they don't quite find the mark. They're just getting shoved into their base, just doing as much as they can. Colbox is zoning so hard. The base race is coming through, but everybody's responding. They might not be able to do this fast enough.
They're going to try. Fugnuggler makes it apparent, though, that it doesn't matter. Lil Bobby's down without a count, and there you go. Full team Nexus. 4 games straight tonight. Degenerate Esports taking a hot 2-0.
Oh, yeah, total of 4-0, and maybe they're going to get themselves a hot tuna sandwich after this 4-0 tonight. Such strong play from them.
You don't eat tuna sandwiches hot.
Well, you judge how
Have you
I
ever
eat
had
tuna sandwiches?
You don't eat sandwiches. A melt is different from a sandwich, Finnick.
A melt is a type of sandwich.
Yo, we're not getting into this. Not
Fight
my
me.
Good excellency stream.
Fight me with your tuna stance, Udyr. I'll use my Phoenix stance.
The strongest stance above. You saw how quickly he was getting through that back line, swimming with the fishes. Tunas are strong and resilient creatures.
And sturdy, as you said. Hardy.
Honestly,
wholesome.
I think Udyr, or Sovereign more specifically, might be the man here that we kind of want to go with. How's that sound?
I think that's sounding pretty good. He played the supporting role across the map both games, just playing so dominant. The Skarner just had picks left and right for days on end, running everybody down, and swaps onto Udyr doing the exact same thing in game 2.
Right, and oh, it's so disgusting. From time to time, from the flash engages on what was my apologies, the Skarner, to just running him down like the absolute tuna he is. I mean, that is just incredible. So here we are. We're going to be jumping in with a short